What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Today we're going over digital daily number 23 for BBCan11. And the big story coming out of this one was Wafflegate. So what happened? Apparently Anika was making waffles in the morning, just breakfast for everyone. But she didn't have enough flour, right? She was kind of making it from scratch, and the flour that she had, she didn't have enough of. So she was just trying to stretch it out and make as many as she possibly could. Some of them didn't come out as great as others, right? So there was like one batch she made that was better, one batch she made that wasn't as great. Santina apparently got one of the ones that wasn't so great and just made the comment about how she's like, oh, this one doesn't really taste that well. Can I get one that's cooked? And Anika said, well, that's kind of rude the way you said that. Santina goes, well, you're being rude the way you're saying that. Eventually, she calls her a female dog and leaves. Santina calls her that and leaves. So this was kind of a little blow up fight. I don't know if we'll end up seeing it at all because it seems like a weird random thing about waffles, but it would be fun to see on the episode. Eventually, Ty and John, they were kind of, or not Ty and John, Hope and John, were kind of talking about this. We got Anika kind of relaying it as well. Daniel kind of filled in John a little bit on it too. It was apparently pretty awkward for everybody else involved. Some people missed it, like John, for example, and Ty. They were the ones getting filled in, but Hope was like, he said he was looking at Anika like, don't do it. Don't do it. She did it. Other than that, though, other than Wafflegate, we did get a couple of conversations that were kind of interesting. We got Ty and John having a convo up in the HOH where he was just coming to him saying like, hey, just wanted to come do my part and talk to you about what's going on, kind of see where your head's at. And Ty pretty much told him, he's like, listen, John, I respect you enough that if I was going to put you on the block, I would tell you, and I'm not putting you on the block. You're nowhere near my radar. So it seems like Ty doesn't want to go for Jonathan or Hope, which probably would be good moves for him if we're being honest, because those are two people that would probably be going after him if they want HOH. He's not going to be doing that. We did get another interesting convo because that one, it was basic, right? There wasn't much to it. But we did get an interesting convo from Claudia and Daniel. And most of it was just kind of fluff, random stuff. But one thing that I thought was kind of cool was they were talking about the chain of safety, right? We saw that last season on BBCan 10, and also technically on Celebrity Big Brother as well with the Nom now, is that what it was? I forget. Where the thing that you have to pass around person to person. And they were kind of talking about how it would go. So they were like, well, if it started with Ty, he'd end up giving it to Claudia. Claudia would probably give it to Nene. Nene would probably give it to Daniel, Claudia said. Then from there, Daniel would probably give it to Anika. Anika would probably give it to Kuzi. She would then choose either Hope or Jonathan, probably. And then the one of them would probably choose the other. And then it would probably come down to Santina and Renee. It's so wild that Renee has fallen so deeply in this game. It felt like everyone really trusted her. And now all of a sudden, no one trusts her. And I think a big part of it comes from they think she's secretly working with Santina. There was speculation that she could be the HOH, but I think a lot of it comes down to the comment that was made during the nomination ceremony when Dan and Ty went up on the block. And there was the comment from Santina to Renee, shoot your shot, kind of implying that Renee was the HOH and Santina was supporting her in her nominations. This actually comes up in the next convo, kind of the last convo we got to really talk about here, because it does end the dailies, was Ty and Santina. So pretty much this starts off with just saying that she feels like he's putting her up because of everything that happened this past week. And he's like, what do you mean? What happened this past week? She's like, well, we were fighting. He's like, well, you were fighting. I wasn't fighting. That's one of the worst things that Ty does is he doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't like fight back, but he does argue. And like the way he does it, it's almost worse than if he just raised his voice and was getting yelled, like yelling. Like it's just, it really kind of feels like it rubs people the wrong way and then makes them even more upset. So it's kind of fascinating to watch when he gets into these little arguments. He then also wants to know like what's up with her and Renee, and he asks about that shoot your shot comment, which she said like that wasn't meant to be anything more than just like, hey, like I think you're the HOH, you know, big move, right? She's like, I said the same thing to Kuzi, right? I didn't like what Kuzi did with her HOH, but I still respected it, right, on a game level. He also wants to know why she was so against Dan and not Kuzi, who did put her up. She said, again, I thought that Dan was going to be coming for me because we don't really talk game. Kuzi did put me on the block, but I kind of respected it. And he's like, that's kind of backwards to me, which does have a point, right? Like, I get it. Santina really should have been working with Ty and Dan, and that would have been better for her game overall. Then something that was kind of interesting was Ty fills her in that he's like, what do you think would have happened if Vanessa didn't leave? And she's like, well, Vanessa probably would have been voted out. And he's like, no, you would have been. So he kind of fills her in on that, which then also starts getting into Santina getting upset because Ty pretty much says, listen, we weren't really working together. We were working together week one. After the JM thing, we kind of drifted apart and, you know, you started to get, you know, distrusting of Zach. And he's like, I was trying to pull that together. I was there for you personal wise, right? And we talked personal stuff, but we never really were talking game. And that really kind of gets her upset. She's like, I feel like I'm a fool now because I thought we were actually working together. And they kind of go over like beat by beat things that happened during the game. And it just really is kind of a awkward conversation of Ty being like, well, are you going to let me talk and finish? Because you're saying this. And she's saying, but it was this way, right? We were talking game and like you were up on the block or I was up on the block and you were saying whoever stays, like we'll work together. He's like, yeah, but other than that, well, we were talking game. Like when were we doing it? Then another thing that was really interesting, and I really don't understand why Ty would be upset with this. Apparently Santina said, oh, it's likely that Ty won the veto and took himself down. What's wrong with saying that, right? It's the visible veto week, right? So nobody knows who won the veto. But Ty was nominated, was taken off the block. What would be wrong with her saying, yeah, it probably is him who won the veto? It's not throwing anybody under the bus. It's not even throwing Ty under the bus because if he did win the veto, he should use it on himself and should be proud of that. But for some reason, that felt like an attack on Ty. To like, he's like, how could you say I won the veto? It's like, dude, you didn't do anything that wasn't bad. Did you expect people not to have you use the veto if you won it? It really didn't make a lot of sense to me, but it really just ends with Santina walking out saying, oh, that was a great conversation. Can't wait to see you put me up. So, yeah, we didn't get nomination information on today's daily. It's still to be seen who Ty is going to nominate, but it does seem likely that it will be Santina and Renee who end up going on the block. There is the question, though, of the safety. I would imagine Kuzi has a really good shot at winning the safety this week, especially since Claudia and Jonathan are out of the running. But if Santina were to win the safety, I don't know what Ty would do. Renee would go up. She would still be a target. He's not going to put Claudia up. He says he's not going to put Jonathan up, but that could be the point where he goes, hey, John, like, I need someone to go up. Like, I'm going to put you up to give you a chance to fight, right? Like he just said, when he had his conversation with John, I would tell you first, like, I respect you enough to do that. And I wouldn't do it, like, unless I really needed to. Because he's not going to put Kuzi up. I mean, he could, right? Kuzi, you know, did take out Zach, and that could be a thing where he would want to do that. But he's also trying to work with Kuzi, Daniel, and Anika and kind of say that he's with them. So if Santina won that safety, it would really shake things up. Even Renee, if Renee won the safety, I don't know if either of them will, but they definitely could cause some rough times here for Ty, and some tough decisions that he would have to make. Nene might be like an easy one to put up there just as a pawn next to Renee or Santina. Just because what are you really going to hurt there, right? Claudia might be a little bit mad at him, but knowing Ty, he's going to think he can smooth that over. Other than that, right? Like, I don't think he would have to, he would feel threatened that he put Nene up there on the block, right? Like, he wouldn't see her as a threat to him to be able to take him out later. So yeah, it would be interesting to see how that would all play out for sure. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think Ty's going to end up doing? Is Santina just kind of a dead woman walking? Would she possibly win safety? Who do you think has the best shot at winning safety? Keep in mind, Jonathan and Claudia are out of the running now. So it's kind of open for anyone to potentially win it. I don't see anyone as a strong favorite other than maybe Kuzi, since she is a fan favorite so far. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Check out the links to all my socials in the description and the pinned comment down below. My Twitch, my Twitter, my Discord, the Kick stream. Go follow all that. Ignore what you want. Follow what you want. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and I will see you next time.